Hey fellas. Well, just like hit you a nice little simple video. How I'm on other big ones working on in between doing online classes, so tell me another Pokemon vlog on a handful of subject matter, so for sake of argument, let's start with the newest bit I have to talk about. I'll be a bit different if everybody's about to explain. Pain of the latest episode of the OVA series Pokemon Twilight Wings. Just ignore that, that's my phone. And so. Oh, it's gonna be on the fourth episode. In which it's. She's the focus. Okay. Nessa's the focus, and it's called Evening Waves. Waves, where it centers around her trying to balance her career as a gym leader with her as a model as well, which also is canon in the games, and I actually like this approach. How rather than a single viewpoint character, kind of like Regenerations, and since they're focusing on different aspects of the world, and I really like this approach to see what other people are doing when you, the player, are not around. You know what I mean? In a sense. And the animation is gorgeous, apart from some occasional odd use of CGI, most egregiously being a Wailord balloon near the end of it. It's I really like how this anime handled her character, and maybe it's because of the outbreak, but the dub version episode is not going to be online until Tuesday. Thankfully, the HQ subs pretty fast, and so there'll be plenty of ways for me to address this in the future. By that same token, I now have two episodes of the new series to address, which also deal with more shakeups to the long-standing status quo. How, how, how in different ways. Episode 20, Go Towards Your Dreams, Ash and Go. And episode 21, on Convey Your Wave Guidance, Ash and the Mysterious Egg. Just for film reference, and unless characters have an English name, I'm I'm only going off romanizations of the Japanese names, which may or may not be official by the time you see this. Especially since they just announced what they're gonna title in the new series when it comes stateside later this year. Pokémon Journeys. I actually kind of like that name. And between how the 20th episode shows Ash and Go being different sides of the same coin, and how the newest one kind of has again kept some of the continuity with the eighth movie, as well as some episodes out in the Pearl, which showed how he understood how to read aura. Uh, I mean, basically, I saw this some tweet storm, but from someone who remained undisclosed. He had a Thomas avatar for some reason. The too long didn't read of it is basically may boil down to no conventional story structure or characterization. Why bother watching? Am I right? Which I have again felt, which I will be getting into when I finally do my Sun and Moon vlogs, which I hope to finally get started by this month. Um, it's actually kind of a counterproductive mindset to hold for the series. If I'm being totally honest, it's like to me, it's like when they often do things with material I don't expect, like some of the recent movies, or if they take it off in entirely new actions like this anime's or Detective Pikachu movie that's actually has some of the most intriguing parts of it. So I used to hold a mentality like that when I was younger, but now I'm trying to go into this with a totally different mindset than I normally would have had in the past. As to mean, so also why I like how they handle the ranking system. It's different, and but it has each tier of the basically the Poke Cup, the Great Cup, the Ultra Cup, and the top 8 are going to be the Master Cup. So obviously it's going to be different, but I actually kind of like that sometimes to shake things up a bit. Yeah. And as you can imagine, this also means that in the episode, that's the second newest by the time I record this, not just. There's gonna be more I'll probably be talking about soon, but it's because of his aura abilities. Not only does he win another match up the ladder, he also bonds with an egg and ends up hatching into a Riolu, which becomes the latest member of his roster. I mean, again, I really like the dynamic between the two leads here. I think it was the right call to make Go the deuteragonist. While also retaining as the protagonist. They have different ways of accomplishing the same goals. I'm getting a lot of flashbacks to how Ash's fanfy, in which, but on a much more faster paced scale, in which the bond of trying to get him to trust Ash is actually a much quicker one. Like, the moment he catches is he pushes Ash back into bed without even touching him with the aura, runs off into the night, and was battling alongside each other against an Onyx that actually gets them to trust each other and Rio to officially join the pack. So as for Lucario potentially joining his real roster, not just the fantasy ones, I submit the question in this case is not if, but rather when. I mean, I've been using one fantasy rosters in some capacity ever since I first played Platinum. Um, so just the prospect of this happening is definitely one that I really like. Hey, and I'll definitely be another bit of trivia that I'll be sharing with you all to help wrap this up. All right, so while this how some of these data mines have gotten and people in hot water with the companies in charge of the series, and also in the case of people who, who are that's also caused major source division, but in other cases, some of the things I found from past titles are actually kind of intriguing. And that's why I never really felt the same way about how cuts being made, because of how it's a call I've been having to make ever since the beginning, and that has led to not just some of the monsters that have surfaced that I can argue are precursors to ones that got into later titles, as well as concepts that didn't get realized. Now, sometimes entire games can potentially be lost in the shuffle, as demonstrated by what has been revealed very recently, because apparently, in addition to Pokemon Yellow, there actually was going to be a pink version of the game that ultimately never saw the light of day. A I don't know about Jigglypuff, but I could theoretically see a Clefairy being the counterpart there. Maybe even having being the early version of the female avatar who later became canonized as fully as a Let's Go with their version of Green. Given how Clefairy was planned to be the mascot at first, hers before the more neutral colored Pikachu was determined to be a more appealing to both potential male and female players, and in the long term, I guess that definitely worked out. So that's also why I'm not as bothered about why they're approaching these new episodes of content that are rolling out later this year. Here, since I submit based on both the going rate and the amount of content they're hinting at. I mean, and they have shown another bit of the isle armor that the island itself is at least comparable to another part of the wild area in terms of size and scale, and based on what can be transferred from home from previous titles, as well as some of the event monsters have had in raids. That also has a way of revealing which ones are in the game's code, and also which ones will probably be coming back. And I really try not to bear anyone else any ill will, even when they are trying to who do that. I mean, I don't think they need to be he bagged on too much. Just need to be explaining the situation. I mean, I sincerely believe that anyone who's trying to claim that his game's not complete, which they are, by the way. If you want an incomplete game, that was the thing that Anthem and WWE 2K20 came out. I mean, these are by definition extensions, something to explore maybe after you've cleared the main quest and what's available on the base game. You want more, kind of like with Zelda or Smash or Splatoon 2. I mean, I sincerely believe people who claim that we're not trying to make anyone angry on purpose, and you just might be misinformed about what they're planning. I mean, my understanding, this was the plan, and if I'm being honest, it's just kind of fulfilling the same role as a third version, and or a ultra version or a sequel would. I mean, if I'm being totally honest, I mean, I want to keep emphasizing that, even if not everybody seems to understand this. I mean, especially after more details are coming out. I mean, I really don't put too much stock in a leak, even if people are trying end up having their connections being cut. I'm sorry if it got kind of real there, but I just had to make the best of what I can do, especially given the circumstances. But anyway, that's all I got to say for now. I will definitely keep you informed as it gets closer to the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra going live. I already opted into both of them, and I will definitely have more videos coming to you soon. I will talk to you all later.